NASA has a plan to minimize pointing JWST in the direction of its orbital motion to decrease the chances of micrometeoroid damage to the primary mirror. Creating an avoidance region has the effect of reducing the time periods that are safe for scheduling some targets. While observing within the micrometeoroid avoidance zone is not forbidden, it is highly discouraged unless a given science program requires it. In this figure, the blue torus represents the field of regard, which is the portion of the celestial sphere nominally available for JWST observations at any given time. The white region in the middle represents the anti-sun avoidance region where JWST can never safely point. Imposing a micrometeoroid avoidance zone onto this picture has the effect of taking a large bite out of one side of the torus. This impacts target visibilities differently depending on the ecliptic latitude of the target. Targets at ecliptic latitude less than 45 degrees have two periods of visibility, one of which is completely within the avoidance zone. At higher latitudes, targets have one long period of visibility and lose less than 50% of their nominal visibility. APT now flags constrained observations that have a high probability of using the impacted portions of their visibility, and APT will help the user assess and, if possible, relax scheduling special requirements. Using this demonstration proposal, you will see two examples of observations that are limited to scheduling mostly in the avoidance region. You will see how to revise them so that there is more schedulability outside the avoidance zone. In APT, the good portion of the target's visibility is called the meteoroid safe zone. In the first example, the target is of low ecliptic latitude, 28 degrees, which means that there will be two distinct times it will be in JWST's field of regard. The observation has a scheduling special requirement that constrains the position angle of NIRCam to between 255 and 260 degrees. When you run the visit planner on this observation, you may notice two things. There is a warning on the observation, and there are purple bars on the timeline. Let's look at each of these more closely. Click on this icon next to Observation 1 to see the warning on Visit 1, which says, Visit schedulable, but most scheduling windows are when JWST is pointed in the direction of greatest micrometeoroid impact risk. This is likely due to scheduling special requirements. Review this graphically in the Visit Planner timeline. Notice that Observation 1 is schedulable in April and May. Also notice the purple bars, but no key or explanation. Click on this icon to open Observation 1 and Visit 1, and a variety of scheduling constraints are added to the display. Notice that the position angle range is what is limiting when the visit can schedule. Also notice that there is a new constraint for meteoroid safe zone, and the purple bars are just a compact representation of it. Notice that there is safe observing in September and October, but not April and May. Why is this observation schedulable at all? Unlike the rest of the constraints, the meteoroid safe zone is advisory only. So what can you do to fix the fact that this observation is not schedulable when the target is in the meteoroid safe zone? The warning pointed out that the problem is likely due to scheduling special requirements. In this example, you might remember you placed the aperture position angle special requirement to constrain how a mosaic lines up. You check and realize that a 180-degree flip of the aperture would accomplish the same thing. So you add a position angle special requirement of 75 to 80 degrees. Observation 2 shows this scenario already entered. After you rerun the visit planner, you now see schedulability in October, and the warning is gone, and the purple line is gone. All that is left is the informational meteoroid safe zone constraint, which allows you to see that there is now plenty of schedulable time in the safe zone for this observation. In the next example, the target is of high ecliptic latitude, 51 degrees. Recall this means the target will have one large continuous time in JWST's field of regard. This observation has a between special requirement that limits scheduling of the observation to sometime between December and March. When you run the visit planner on this observation, you again see the warning and the purple bars on the timeline. The warning is the same as on observation 1. Notice that observation 3 is schedulable between December and March as requested. But this target is very schedulable, and the between range is in fact limiting when the visit can schedule. Looking at the meteoroid safe zone, you see that there is a lot of safe time to schedule, but not much overlaps the requested between window. So what can you do to improve the odds that this observation will be scheduled when the target is in the meteoroid safe zone? You check and realize you can expand the between window by 2 weeks. So you update this between special requirement to go out to April 1st. Observation 4 shows this scenario already entered. And after you rerun the visit planner, you see that the warning is gone and the purple line is gone. All that is left is the informational meteoroid safe zone constraint, which allows you to see that it is now a greater percentage of schedulable time in the safe zone for this observation. This gives the schedulers more options to schedule your observations safely. But what if your science use case requires the original window you specified? You may have noticed a new error on the proposal information form. This is where you type your justification for why scheduling within the avoidance zone may be necessary for your science use case. Notice that after you enter the justification, the error on the proposal information form goes away, and the error warnings on observations 1 and 3 have become informational messages. You may wonder where this justification goes. It is added to the PDF summary of your proposal in an area that is not shown to the TAC, but is available to people reviewing your proposal at STSCI to evaluate the necessity of special requirements. To learn more about the challenges of protecting JWST from micrometeoroids and how APT can help you help the schedulers keep JWST safe, you can go to the documentation highlighted in the long version of the observation warning, or click on the context-sensitive help for the proposal level justification box. These links are also available at the end of this video.